Hey y'all, welcome back to my channel and welcome if you are new. My name is Amy and I am on a journey to lose 120 pounds. So today is going to be my 3-month update. So I went whole food plant-based vegan January 1st of 2021. So today is March 31st. So I'm gonna let you guys know kind of where I'm at, what's happened, the good, the bad, the great, the not so great, whatever you want to call it. So let's go ahead and get started. Let's go ahead and start with how much I lost this month. So I lost 6.9 pounds. I would have liked to have lost 10 pounds, but that's totally fine. I mean, I'm happy with 6.9. Don't get me wrong, 6.9 is fantastic. I'm really happy with that. I'm not like, you know, beating myself up about it. But I know the things that I ate that I think contributed to not losing as much as I wanted to. So for example, several times this month I had some tortilla chips, like fried tortilla chips. I know I had way more like guacamole and avocado than I normally would, which is totally fine. You can have all those things, but I ate, I think, in an excess amount. So I know the things that I did that could have made this better. I'm completely aware of those things. A couple of wins for me though were we did go on a trip for a wedding this week, past weekend, and I did take some cooked potatoes and some broccoli, so I had my breakfast and I was able to eat some lunch. So I kept some of those things consistent where they may not have been before, so I'm really proud of that. But I did have a couple of I wouldn't say bad meals, because I don't want to classify food as bad anytime. I don't do that. I don't say a cheat meal. I don't say guilty pleasure. I don't say bad food. I had some foods that weren't as healthy or nutrient dense for me, but were very calorically dense. So that would be those tortilla chips and things like that. So 6.9 pounds. I'm still really happy with that, obviously. My total weight loss is 27.6 pounds. And that is since January the 1st. Something really cool is that, and I'm gonna show you real quick. So today I put on this top, and I bought this in October of last year. When I bought it, so there's this like, I'm gonna just kind of sit up a little bit. I don't know how much you can see or if I'm just like zoomed in real awkwardly. So this top was super tight when I bought it right here. Like it wouldn't go over my chest, and now it's like 2 inches too big. And that's really exciting for me. This top is an extra large. It's from like a boutique store, and where their clothes run small, and so I'm really happy with that. Also, another win was for the wedding. I'm gonna put a picture here. I don't have a picture of just me. I have one of me and my husband, which I love this picture anyway. So I'm gonna pop a picture in real quick. But for the wedding, I went to, and I hate fast fashion, but I went to Walmart really quickly to pick up a dress, and I bought one in a size smaller than I normally would have. So it was really cool to not just like go grab the biggest size from the regular section or to go to the plus size section. It was really cool to just get a smaller size. Like that made me so happy. And the dress I wore was actually even too big in that smaller size, but I'm kind of like in between sizes now, where that size, so it was an extra large where it was slightly too big, but a large would have been too small. So I was really happy with that. Like, I don't know if you can tell by how I'm smiling, but like, oh my goodness. And why am I saying like, geez. But it felt really good to go and put something on, and it wasn't the biggest size they had available. And it's kind of funny because whenever you are on this journey, you don't notice the changes every single day in yourself as much as other people. Or this was my first time trying on a new clothing item since I'd lost any of the weight. So it was really the first like, wow, I'm actually doing this. I've lost this much weight. My kitten is, or she's a cat now I guess, but she's beside me in case you hear or see something. So yeah, this was my first experience purchasing a clothing item since I've lost the weight that I have so far, and it was really just such a good experience. I'm trying not to purchase too many clothes because obviously I have a long way to go still, but I am getting a couple of things for the in-between because a lot of things are just way too big, or I don't have things for certain occasions. So I am going to go to the thrift store today, look for like some workout tank tops and things like that. Something I did do this month was my Step Into Spring challenge, where I challenged everybody for 5 days to get at least 10,000 steps. That was awesome. I continued that through the next week, had the wedding, was in the car, but I'm getting back on track with that. It's been so much fun just to see what my body can do, and I've been walking way more than 10,000 steps. I did like 15 and 16 one day, which is a ton for me. Now, that all happened after the biggest thing I think this month for me. I quit my corporate job. So I no longer have a, I guess you could say 9 to 5, even though that's not what I worked. I worked 10 to 6:30 job. And the biggest thing was my mental health was declining so rapidly, not because of the company, but because of the actual position and just things that were going on, you know, in life. And obviously COVID hasn't made it easy for anybody. So my mental health was going down really, really quickly. And so my husband and I made the decision for me to quit my job. And ever since that, I've just felt like so much lighter, and I just feel like this weight in the next few months is going to be an even better journey, because I feel like that mental weight was really holding me back, and I was really struggling with the depression, anxiety, and I'm still struggling, but I just feel so much lighter, and I feel so much better, and I'm in such a better place. Like, I don't dread getting up every day. I don't dread my life. I'm not looking forward to Saturday and skipping the rest of the week. I'm not wishing my life away, and that's what I felt like I was doing. So yeah, I left my corporate job. I walk a lot now. I walk to my turtles. If you don't follow me on Instagram, I have this little creek near my house, and I go and I feed the turtles and I watch the turtles, and that's like super relaxing for me and really fun. So I have found new joys in things. I love getting outside, like I said, going for lots of walks multiple times a day. It has just been so different and so beautiful, and I'm trying not to cry because I'm just so thankful. I have a wonderful, supportive husband, and he takes care of us financially right now. I actually just did my first brand collab on Instagram with Veggievores last weekend. So if you haven't seen that, that was really exciting as well. So lots of things working and coming up, and projects that I'm currently working on, and so I'm staying very busy. That was a big thing, was I don't want to get bored, but trust me, I haven't been getting bored taking care of this house and YouTube and Instagram and all the things that I'm doing. I haven't got bored at all. I'm really enjoying cooking a lot and experimenting with new things. So it has been such a big blessing, and I'm just so grateful and so thankful. And I'm trying to live in that mindset. You know, I walk around my house when I'm trying to get my last few steps in for the day and just say how thankful I am and grateful, and just trying to live in that positive mindset, that attitude of thankfulness and just, you know, gratitude, as opposed to being so negative all the time and just wishing my life away. So that is the biggest thing this month. The next thing that I noticed that I want to talk about a little bit was my joint health. So I was born with something called plica syndrome. I have scoliosis. I have a backwards curve in my neck, and and then I broke my foot a couple of years ago, and just all kinds of things. I was born with a lot of things going on. You know, I had IBS. I had a colonoscopy at the age of 19. Like, all of these things that I felt like were working against me, but they've become so much better, and I really noticed it this month. I think it's a combination of a couple of things. Of course, I'm eating very few inflammatory foods, and when I was eating like those chips and things, I could feel it in my stomach. I started to feel nauseous, and then my knees would start hurting again. But when I'm eating whole food, plant-based, which I'm always eating plant-based, but like very little refined foods, my joints barely hurt. And I know that's got to do with the almost 30 pounds that I've lost so far, but also just not eating those inflammatory foods. I'm eating a lot of high antioxidant foods, low inflammation, anti-inflammatory foods actually. So that has been really great to just feel better. those like 15, 16,000 steps that I was doing would have never been possible last year for me. And I mean, it was tough at first, don't get me wrong. My hip flexors had to adjust, you know, my knees and my feet had to adjust to that, but the transition and the adjustment was so much easier than I thought. I would just keep walking and walking and it didn't hurt. And for somebody that's lived with pain for so long at such a young age, it's crazy to think that I don't have to live in this much pain forever. And it just feels so good. Now my knees so crack when I go up and down the stairs, but that's just, I mean, because of what's going on in my knees, like actual, you know, structurally my knees, they're kind of messed up, but my back has hurt less and my knees hurt so much less. Everything just hurts less. And I just feel so, again, grateful and thankful that I'm learning this at the age of 24 and that I'm able to hopefully reverse a lot of these things. I do plan to go see a chiropractor though, because I think that could be a great idea, you know, for anybody, of course, who needs it. But I haven't been to a chiropractor in several years for my scoliosis. So I do plan to go to one of those, not because the pain's too bad, but I think that I would just function a lot better with a regular adjustment. So I do plan on doing that just for my overall, you know, wellness. But yeah, my anxiety got bad a few days ago, but I think I had some caffeine and I don't usually drink caffeine. So that was a potential thing for that. Let's see. Yeah, I think that's all I had for this month. Again, a really positive month overall, 6.9 pounds. I'm super happy with that. For April, I would like to lose 10 pounds. That is my goal. I do want to cut back on the fat intake. So at first, you know, I was doing no fried foods and then I slowly kind of had a couple, and I think that's really setting me back and just getting me into a bad habit and a headspace. So for me, I do better if I just quit it and I just cut things out. Some people cut back. When I went vegan, I cut it out. December 31st, I was eating Chick-fil-A chicken sandwich. January 1st, completely 100% plant-based. So I feel more successful for myself when I do that. So that's just the mindset I'm gonna have to get into, is it's not for me. I can't make it an occasional thing because then it becomes too frequent. So that's something that I'm gonna be working on myself over the next month. So for April, I wanna lose 10 pounds. Also for April, I would like to exercise at least 4 times a week. I've been good about 3 times a week. I did switch back to my Fitbit. I kind of worked with the Fitbit and the Apple Watch during the Step Into Spring Challenge. I discovered I liked my Fitbit a lot as far obviously as an activity tracker goes. So I'm going to keep with that for now. I do want all 5 of my exercise days to be filled up, but that could be, you know, sometimes like simple yoga will contribute to that. So I want 4 good days of exercise per week. And I also want to start getting up earlier. So that's a goal of mine, is to get up at 6 o'clock during most of the month of April. I'm going to kind of work myself down to that. So 6 o'clock is what I want to get up. And I think that just having that good fresh start to the day is really going to help me. So those are my goals. 10 pounds, no fried foods. I'm still going to be eating avocado and things like that, but I want to just, you know, make that in moderation. Now, that is going to be for more maximum weight loss. So I could continue eating like I am now and obviously continue losing weight, because I am, but I know that I would feel better and I would lose that weight more rapidly if I were to cut those things out. I also had a lot of bread and things like that this past month, so working on cutting that out too. Haven't cut that completely. I'm not sure when I'm gonna go completely refined foods free. That means like no flour, no pasta and all that. I'm not sure when I'm gonna do that. I do wanna limit it though. So maybe once or twice a week I have some bread or pasta or something like that. I'm not a big pizza person. My husband loves when I make homemade pizza, but anyway. So thank you so much for watching. I hope this video was helpful for you. I'm excited to continue making videos. Don't forget to subscribe and turn on the bell notifications if you haven't already. And let me know in the comments what your goals are for April, and I'll catch you in my next one. Bye.